Hi guys, welcome to Tech Desi, where we talk about everything tech related. Let's jump into today's video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the LG flagship phone, LG G2, and the Google Nexus 4. This won't really be a complete review of either one of these, but more of a quick comparison and speed test of both phones. Picking the Nexus 4 for the test is a bit of an interesting choice, since Nexus 5 has been out for a few months already. As we know, the LG G2 is a beast of a phone on paper. It's got a 2.3 GHz Snapdragon 800 processor, it's got 2 GB of RAM, and a 3000 milliamps of battery. On the front, it's a 5.2-inch 1080p LCD screen. The Nexus 4, on the other hand, has a Snapdragon S4 1.5 GHz processor, 2 GB of RAM, and a 4.7-inch screen with a 320 ppi density. Two areas where it suffers in comparison to the LG G2 are the battery, which is 2100 milliamps, and the 8 megapixel camera compared to 13 megapixel on the LG G2. But the Nexus 4 is running Android 4.4 in comparison to Android 4.2 on LG G2. So we wanted to take a quick look at how the LG G2 fares in comparison. Okay, so we'll begin by doing a speed test on both of these phones. These phones are running Wi-Fi at this time. I decided to do a test with Wi-Fi on because the Nexus 4 does not have 4G capability, whereas the LG G2 does. That's one of the compromises with the Nexus 4 that Google had to make in order to keep the cost down. Looking at the download speed, looks like the Nexus 4 takes a slight edge. Um, I'm quite a bit distance far away from the router right now, so that explains the lower values that we're seeing here. In terms of the upload speed, the LG G2 takes a slight edge with a value of 1.88. So both of these phones seem to have similar Wi-Fi speed. Let's move on to the next part. So we'll do quick web page testing, but before that we'll just make sure we get rid of all the running applications to free up all the memory. So now that we have cleared up all the applications, we'll use Chrome for this part, and we'll load up CNN web page. We'll try to hit enter at the same time. And it looks like Nexus 4 was able to load the page slightly earlier than the G2. Let's try to scroll it up and down a little bit just to see how both of these phones render the pages. As you can see, the Nexus 4 is able to quickly render the pages and load the pages before the LG G2. And the scrolling seems much smoother on the Nexus 4 as well. The LG G2 seems to lag a little bit in terms of pinch and zoom and scrolling. And this might have to do with the heavy skin put on top Android by LG. So I'd say Nexus has a slight edge. Okay, so we'll try to open up maps on these phones now and see how they perform. Looks like the G2 was able to open up the Maps application just a little bit before Nexus 4, but in terms of real time, I'd say there's no difference in terms of speed at opening up these applications. We'll do a quick test in terms of opening the camera application on both of these phones. I know the cameras are facing the desk, but we'll just try to do a quick test in terms of how quickly they open. It looks like the Nexus 4 was able to open and begin the camera application first. So now that we've seen a quick comparison of running web pages and opening up applications on both of these phones, we see that even though the LG G2 is a flagship phone for LG, and the Nexus 4 is considered a bit outdated because now we have the Nexus 5 that's been out for a little while, that there isn't a lot of difference in terms of everyday usability and running day-to-day tasks on both of these phones. And looking at this short, quick comparison of speed, we've seen that Nexus 4 maybe still holds a slight edge on the G2. And perhaps this has to do with the heavy skin put on by LG, as we've seen with other phones such as Samsung, HTC, uh, and their skins on top of Android, and or maybe that the Nexus 4 is running Android 4.4, which again is a pure Android experience and it provides it a lot of speed. So we hope that we're able to do a quick comparison here just to give you an idea of how the pure Android experience makes a difference, even though in terms of specs, LG G2 is considered a better phone on paper. But again, LG G2 does come on top in terms of screen size, again, the camera, and other things. So we hope you were able to enjoy this quick video. All right, thank you for watching, and if you liked it, please don't forget to hit subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. All right, see you next time.